I reached out to professional athletes and I made edits for their Instagram with zero experience. Hello, my name is David. I can make a cool vlog, but I have no experience with creating edits for professional athletes. I have no connections to professional sports videographers or editors, which in the sports world is very important. The sports videography world is very small, and everyone seems to know everyone. Except me. What I accomplished isn't normal. Most professional videographers and editors dream to produce edits and videos for professional athletes. It's like insane. They dream to maybe work for the MLB, NHL, NBA, NFL. Did I already say that? It's their dream. But I skipped steps 1, 2, and 3 and went straight to the top. Time for backstory. I played baseball from the ages of 4 till I was about 8th grade. Baseball was all I could think about. At that time, I was going into my freshman year of high school, meaning then I would be moved up into a more experienced baseball league that I was playing in. But right before the season started, it did not go well. I broke my collarbone playing crack the egg at my best friend's birthday party on his trampoline. Yep. They cracked me all right. It took months to recover, and that was right when the season started, so I had to quit baseball until it healed. And once I did, I was nervous, I was scared. I hadn't played baseball for so long, but as I mentioned earlier, I was going up to a more experienced league, and that made me very nervous. I talked to a bunch of life group leaders at my church. I didn't know what to do. They said I should keep going, but I was just scared. I didn't know what to do, and I never played another season of baseball after that. But back to the current day. For my 18th birthday, we actually got front row seats behind the dugout at the Oakland A's baseball game. And as I was sitting there, you could see the MLB photographers and videographers with their huge 100 to 400 lenses that they are shooting this buttery smooth footage and photos. I've personally been doing YouTube for about 6 years. I've made content. I got hired for one sports football video. So I have a passion for cameras. I have a passion for filming, a passion for editing, creating what I want to create. And so I was like, wow, what a job that would be. I get to bring back my old memories of playing baseball, plus my new love for videography. Unfortunately, you can't just walk up to the MLB and be like, hey, you know the Oakland A's? I'm gonna be your videographer. I mean, you could try, may not work. Could though, who knows? People work for years to edit, make highlights, film free stuff, film cheap stuff. They work their butt off to just get a chance to maybe even film one professional baseball game or whatever sport you're into. So I did the next best thing, and I would DM professional baseball players and ask them if I can make cool edits for their Instagram for free. So I went onto Instagram and I realized one thing, that most MLB players are verified. Got that little spicy check mark. And I realized it was probably gonna be a lot harder than I thought to actually get a reply from one of these players. Somehow I remember that at my local high school, the MLB pitcher on the Oakland A's, which is probably the closest team near me, Paul Blackburn, actually went to high school about 10 minutes away from me. And I looked him up on Instagram, and thankfully for me, he wasn't verified. So I sent him a DM saying, hey, we know some mutual friends out here, yada, yada, yada. Can I create a free Instagram edit for you for free? And sent. Now you may be wondering, David, why are you making these edits for free? Because one, I don't know the rules of getting paid using MLB footage, not working for the MLB, not signing a contract. I don't know. And I don't really have any sort of sports work that I can actually show these players, so they could somehow trust me. And yeah, it was sort of just a leap of faith. A few hours later, we had no reply from anyone. I reached out to a few other players, obviously. Torrey Hunter left me on red. Shout out Torrey. That was pretty cool, even though you, yeah. So before I make edits for these professional players to post, I should probably practice. And so I created this little masterpiece that I'm showing you up on the screen. I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm not going to be playing the music. But in all, it was pretty good. I added some low pass, all these other sorts of cool things, broadcast audio. It was really cool. If you want to watch it, I'll eventually post it on Instagram. I'll link it down below. So I made that so I could actually send that to players with my message so they could kind of see what I was capable of and hope that they liked it and said yes. I probably sent somewhere between 15 and 30 messages to players. Can I create a free edit for your Instagram? The next morning I wake up hoping for the best. Fortunately, I get a reply from Paul Blackburn saying he would be more than happy for me to create an Instagram edit for him, and we talked about some of the people we knew, and it was fun. Now, the next thing that I didn't really think about that takes the most time is for these players that have an extremely busy schedule to actually get me footage, because I don't work for the MLB. I don't have access to these different sites where all these other videographers are uploading their footage for the MLB to use. I don't have access to that. I don't work for the MLB. But if the MLB is watching, please, if you want to like get me like a 1-day test job a week, you know, something like that, filming, that would be amazing. Thank you. So within a few days, I opened up a Google Drive and I sent it to Paul Blackburn, and he eventually got me some footage. Not really enough what I was looking for to create a cool 20-30 second Instagram video, but there is this cool TikTok trend where you can take photos and kind of put them in this app and it like moves them. Here, I'll play it right here. And so he provided me some photos, but they didn't really work as sort of a storyline. I kind of wanted to create a story. One of the biggest things you can do right now as a creator. And so I ended up using one of the pitching clips he used, use screenshots. And here's the edit I made for Paul Blackburn. But yeah, I didn't really have enough to create a cool video, which I wanted to show him. But in all, he was happy with it. He said eventually post it. To this day, he hasn't, but we haven't given up yet. This edit didn't really take any skill, which I really wanted to show off to some of these players. The skill that I knew I had in me somewhere. So I reached out to even more players. I was literally sitting in the In-N-Out Burger drive-thru, spam DMing players. Like, eventually, I got blocked from sending messages till September 15th. So I got like 5 days left. The thing is, all these guys are busy. They probably aren't always out reading their DMs on Instagram. But we eventually got a big hit. Tony Kemp. He's verified and has 50,000 followers on Instagram. So I was like, wow, if I can create something super cool for Tony, a lot of people would see this video. He actually seemed very excited to actually work with me and with this edit, and that made me even more excited. I could finally edit for a big name player. He said he'd be thrilled if it came out anything like the one I sent him, which to all these players know, that edit that I made in the beginning of the video that I talked about, I could have stolen from anyone. So they do have to put a lot of trust in me, and I thank you all who have. He sent me the footage through Instagram, but Instagram kind of crunches that quality, and once I put it into my editing software, it was very blurry and pixelated. So he gave me Matt with 1T's number. I don't really know who he is. That took quite a while to get a reply from and to work it out. Eventually, he put me in a group chat with some other guy, and that day they were able to get me footage uploaded to my Google Drive, and we got a fair amount, so I was thankful for that. But I actually had to prove myself to Tony Kemp that I can't let him down and create an actual edit that I told him I could. I got all my footage together in my editing software, Premiere Pro, and I started editing, cranking this thing out. I think I spent maybe 3-4 hours on this edit, but one of the most important things to do is to find a good song for your edit. Nathan Blumberg, I think I had that correct. One of those should be correct. Yeah, I reached out to him and I asked him if I could kind of copy his sort of style of this sound he used. He said thank you, because not too many people kind of ask for permission to kind of do that. So he gave the thumbs up, and so I knew what sound I was going to be using. And if you want to hear the actual sound, I think it's called Turks with Nas and Travis Scott, something like that. I'll leave Nathan's Instagram down below so you can actually see the video, this one right here, where you can hear the sound. Now it was time for the edit. This edit ended up being about 22 seconds, I think, grabbing inspiration from other MLB editors that I eventually followed on Instagram. Some stuff that I knew. I like to follow a lot of fishing creators, a lot of videographers that are big into the fishing industry, and I ended up finding some cool edits. Didn't really copy any, but I dragged inspiration from various sources. So the edit was done after a little while. I'm gonna preview it right here with some no copyright music behind it. Here you go.
I bet when I land, they gon' tell me it's luck again. See that I'm winning, it's harder to watch. I'm setting the stage, you should give me my props. You ain't got no soul, you lacking the spirit. You talk out your neck, I'ma show you I'm with it. I would really hate for you to sit and watch me win again and win again and win again. I know it's probably getting on me and win a synonym. So if I ever win again, it's no I did the minimum. I didn't have to sell my soul. Oh, yeah. Please don't play no games with me.
I emailed it to him through the Google Drive, and we are back to the current day. Neither Paul Blackburn or Tony Kemp have posted these edits. It's been a few days and maybe a week for Paul. Paul said he would get to it. He tagged me, so would Tony. Tony even offered to pay me, I think. But if you guys want to see a video where I kind of go over my plan on from a amateur sports videographer, I made one sports video a few years ago with some bad football highlight. I'm starting this channel to just document my journey, and I am by no way professional, but I have been doing YouTube for about 6 years. I have done a lot of professional videography and editing, but nothing really in the sports world besides filming a highlight reel for a kid's mom reached out to me. He was in high school, and I put together something with my Nikon D5200, which honestly isn't a bad camera. The autofocus is garbage and noisy, but manual focus the whole thing. But current day, neither of them have actually posted any of the videos. I would love to give you guys updates. I am just starting on my journey. I'm literally trying to edit for this other YouTuber that I can't really say right now, but he has 2 million subscribers, and I should be making a fair amount of money if it actually goes through, to where I would love to buy a 70-200 IS2 lens from Canon. If you're into sports videography at all, baseball, football, basketball, soccer, you guys probably watch other sports channels. So if you guys like videos that they have, I can put my own spin on it. So comment video ideas. But that's it. I'll see you in the next video.